So obviously we got the statement that came out at 2 p.m. and they took an axe to it. Much more concise statement, very little forward guidance, quite intentionally so. So just want to start off with hearing a bit about your take on the statement, and then we'll get into some of the other specifics from the SEP and the press conference after.
Yeah, so his statement was surprisingly brief, like you mentioned. So historically speaking, Kevin has always had disagreement with how the Fed communicates. So the Fed communication has changed a lot over the past few decades. A few decades ago, under Chairman Greenspan, there was basically very little communication, and sometimes the chair would hike or he would cut, and no one would know about it. You'd actually have to go and look at the money markets to see if the Fed did anything. But since then, under Chair Bernanke, there's been a huge revolution in communications. Chair Bernanke was a big believer in transparency. So under his leadership, there was something called the dot plot. So the FOMC members would kind of guide to where they thought would be best for or rates or employment inflation would be in the next few years. And he also began to do news conferences when he would take questions. So these are all things that are relatively new, right? Happened in the past 10, 15 years. And Kevin was always a critic of this. He felt like having all this communication, especially with all the Fed presidents out there talking, that would confuse people. So